therefore you would be in markets, not products.
And the common pitfall a lot of entrepreneurs is thinking about product and services. I want to do this. I want to make a better iPod. Wrong. First is, I'll need to go to solve a problem that actually has a market. And that's the third reason why I failed. By the way, entrepreneurship is counterintuitive, by the way. If you think you can use your intuition to create a business, if you succeed, call me. Usually, if you follow your intuition, you're going to fail. About entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not about following your intuition. Entrepreneurship now is actually a science. That's why it's being taught at school. If it's intuition, what are these schools, right? I don't need to be here. What we try to do the past 4 years is actually try to find, you call a mindset, a methodology, try to increase your success rate. That's why we are all here, right? I don't want you to lose half of it, especially your parents, right? Your parents might should donate it to the school. It's all right. All right, so market. 市场. But in your mind, you're like, man, it doesn't feel right. Well, what did I just say? Entrepreneurship is counterintuitive. So we gotta swallow this word, market. I'm not here trying to argue with you. I'm just here to show you. This is actually being taught right now by Stanford, by a world #1 startup accelerator called Y Combinator. They are teaching as we go. So they are sharing all these ideas about how to succeed. And they admit passion is the market. It's not product and services. It is. All right. Okay, let's look at this. We said market, but you really need to think about why are you launching this market? Why? We're talking about market, and now I'm asking you. You said, let me ask you: if you have a choice to do 2 markets, kids market and aging people, meaning old people, right? We don't want to say old people, we want to say aging people. Kids market or aging people, red pill or blue pill, right? So, if you have only two choices, which market will you launch yourself into? The kids market, raise your hand. The aging market, raise your hand. Okay, why? Why? You gotta have a reason. Why? Do you have kids? Okay.
Because my intuitive said kids and okay, let it be aged.
Okay.
Demographics.
Demographics.
Kid,
What, you?
they keep going in. Go on.
Okay, right. But we talk about markets, right? Which market have more population? People getting old or people getting born? In your country? So go Google it. Ling said, entrepreneurship is about solving problems, right? It's very rational, very disciplined. It's not about passion. No, it's about knowing your market, right? So if you, in your home country where you want to launch your startup, you need to ask yourself, are kids growing at a faster rate than people aging, or people aging faster than kids? So in Taiwan, which is the better market? Aging. Because Taiwan now has one of the slowest girl have kids. So you love kids, I understand, you're passionate about kids, I'm sorry, entrepreneurship is not about passion. If you says, I'm passionate about kids and I want to have business in Taiwan, oh, I'm sorry, you already limited yourself to 100, that's exactly. You're limited to yourself to 100,000 people market, 10万个小孩子一年. So next time you walk out this class and you say, entrepreneurship is about passion. No, it's about choosing the right market. But choosing the right market doesn't guarantee you success, right? But at least you have a better chance because you have more customer. When you're launching into a market that has more customer, what does that mean? You have more chances to experiment and test, to search. If you launch yourself that you only have 10 customers, good luck. Because the first 5 customers you're going to screw up and you're going to say the wrong things. But if you're launching yourself into a big market, you don't have any fear. You are embracing the path of experimenting, right? So choose a market that has, yes. But you still need to be crazy about this. That's the hard part about entrepreneurship. You gotta be very rational, choose a market that is very large, but tomorrow the second thing when you wake up is about, yes, great, amazing. So one word to summarize, it's called compel. The idea that you're going to pick must be compelling. What does compelling mean? Anybody? When you say, I'm compelled to the kids in Africa, what does that mean? What does compelling mean? 急迫性. What does that mean?
Usually it means to be forced by an outside force to do something external.
Yeah. And that's exactly why you wake up at 5 in the morning, and that's why you think about this problem the second thing when you wake up, because it's compelling. And at Stanford, as we speak, about 3 weeks ago, they are changing the definition of entrepreneurship into this one. We finally found it. It's not about passion. It's not about making money. It's about compelling. The idea must compel to you. And hopefully, it compels to the people you work with too. So that everybody is on the same path, and they all wake up 5 o'clock in the morning thinking about the same thing. You don't see the word passion, right? Compel about what? Compel the idea, about the issue, and about the problem. What's the difference between idea, issue, and problems? What are the differences? Anybody want to take a crack? Okay, great. So you need to make sure whether if you're at the idea stage, or issue identification stage, or problem stage, it's all the same direction. Idea is about the direction. Oh, I want to care for the Asian people. That's the idea. What's the issue about the Asian people? Nobody take care of them. But what is the actual problem behind this issue? Right? So the issue is about how do I care about older people? So what's the problem? My grandparents don't know how to use Facebook. That's the problem, right? The channel of communication between younger kids and the older are different. So this is how you actually select your market. By identify first idea that you compel to, slowly search, be a hunter, what's actually the issue around this idea, and from the issue, look at what's the actual problems. So it's actually 3 stages, and we always mix them up. Entrepreneurs are here to solve problem. They're not here to solve idea because idea doesn't have a problem. Issue doesn't have a problem. Problem is a problem. Cool? Or are we still dancing on the cloud? 大家对这个有没有问题？点子、议题跟问题是三个不同的东西哦。点子最高层，议题跟问题。创业家是解决问题，不是解决议题哦。Food safety is a problem or is an issue? Well, food safety doesn't have a problem itself. Food being mislabeled is a problem, right? Food safety is an issue. A lot of entrepreneurs solve it wrong. They say, I want to solve a food issue, safety. Well, food safety doesn't have a problem. You need to be very specific. So how do we be more specific? The problem actually have a pain. Issue doesn't have a pain. The problem has a pain. 问题它后面有个痛点，议题没有痛点。Okay, we're okay on this? So, an entrepreneur, hopefully, you will find an idea that is compelled to you and that represents a market that is growing by 10% annually. Once again, you as an entrepreneur, hopefully you can pick an idea that is compelled to you where the idea, the market represents the idea, issue, problem, is growing at 10% every year for the next 10 years. If we can remember that, it's amazing. And that's one of the key things we want to strive for this class. For example, do you have any friends who are hungry at night? 你有没有朋友晚上肚子会很饿？请举手。Yeah? So is this an issue or this is a problem? Issue. This is not a problem. So, when your friends don't have anything to eat and they starve, is that a problem? Now is a problem, right? So what's the pain? What's the pain when they go? What kind of pain? They're losing sleep. When your friends, they can't find anything to eat at the fridge, 7-Eleven is closed, what is the pain of that problem? Huh? What? You got to let him calm down. Yeah, that's the solution, right? You got to find a solution to let. But what's the pain your friend is suffering? It's actually very simple. It's called stomach pain. 胃痛. So we call your friend the first victim. But because he has a pain, he cannot remove that pain. Every problem has a pain, right? Then who has a pain now? Because he's how can you live for food? You become the second victim, right? So what kind of pain do you have now? Headache is a pain. 头痛. What else? We're very good friends since we're little. I say bad thing to you, and you're very hurtful. So what kind of pain do you have now? It's called heartbroken. 心痛. This issue, hungry at night, has 3 pain: stomach pain, headache, and heartbroken. 心痛、胃痛、头痛. So you as an entrepreneur, you are a hunter. You need to find which pain you actually want to solve. Do we now have more clear understanding what entrepreneurs do and don't do? Yeah? We're here to remove or to decrease the pain of a problem. If we cannot describe the pain point of a problem, you're solving an issue. You're not solving a problem. Good? Pain. Pain. right? So what kind of pain has more money? Stomach pain or heartbroken or headache? You think stomach pain has more money? Raise your hand. 胃痛会赚更多的钱。胃痛。Okay. Instant noodle, $20 off. If you think headache has more pain, has more value, when you solve that problem, raise your hand. Headache. No? 100 块。How about heartbroken?
You don't think that.
Were you willing to pay me $1,000 if I can fix the heartbroken that your friend has made to his girlfriend? $1,000 indeed. Fix your friends. I don't want to say you. Okay. Yeah. Give me $1,000. I'm
No,
serious.
I mean, sure about your question is clear, but I'm not giving you money.
So you don't want me to fix. How about your grandparents? Maybe when you're little, you didn't think about too much. You say something hurtful. Your grandma every day think about calling you, but your grandma is very hurtful. Will you give me $1,000? So I send a cookie to your grandma. So when you see the cookie, your grandma says, "I want to call you." $1,000. So what did I just say? How much time to make a profit or to show a profit? The answer is 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes. Okay? So you as an entrepreneur, how much time will you take to prove a business model? 4 minutes. Exactly what I just did. How do I do it? I found the pain. Any question around that? About how to search for a business model? You need to find the pain and talk to your customer about what are the possible solutions to fix that problem. And if that says, "Yes, I love it," what's the next thing you say? Give me the money. Without money, there's no commitment. So what's the difference between entrepreneur and business person? Am I here to solve a problem or am I here to make money? Money just came. Money just a passage. 赚钱只是个过程，解决问题才是目的。Did I just sell him something? No, I went to solve his problem. I didn't create any problem to solve. I just told a story. So proving a business model, how much time? 4 minutes. So what are the steps? Fine. We're summarizing. All right. So what are the steps? Very quickly. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to create something. First is, let's read this out together. First, find. What is the keyword? And compelling makes you wake up 5 in the morning. Second thing that you think about. Second thing, let's read it out together. Entrepreneurship is about being a hunter. So the first phase is about once you search for the business model, the right team, the right customer, the right solution, then you. How long is it going to take you?
4 minutes.
4 minutes to discover the business model, but it takes 3 years to perfecting it. Because we want to solve the problem around the globe. We want to open branch offices around the globe. So it's going to take you 3 years.
Searching for 4 minutes and still for 3 years.
Yeah, not 3 months, not 3 weeks. That's called passion. Or called, this is about entrepreneurship. That's hobby. This is entrepreneur. Okay? 3, Let's read it out together.
Is the market growing more than 10%?
Yes, I love kids. I love kids. But I need to pay the bills too, right? The kids market or the Asian people market. But that doesn't from you solving kids' problem, but you need to understand it's going to be more difficult. Right? Because you're already limited your revenue. Number 4. Let's read it out. Yes, day 1. Day 1, day 0, same thing. Okay? Preferably day 0. But day 1 is now. How much time would it take you to test the business model? 4 minutes. So in a day, you have around 4 minutes. So during every day, as what Professor Mitchell said, your assignment is to go ask people from today and next Saturday. How much time is it going to take?
4 minutes.
Relationship, right? Issue, problem, solution, requirements. A lot of teams fail because they jump into what's the requirement? What do you want? What do you like? This is requirement, right? Do you know who is Henry Ford? The person, the godfather who invented cars. That Henry, yes. Henry, you know him? Pretend you know him. Okay, he's your good friend, right? Wu Te先生. Okay, you know him?
Sure.
Back 60 years ago, what did Mr. Henry ask the people who were riding the horse? Did he ask, what problem do you have? Or, what do you want? What question do you think he asked?
What problem? Yeah.
That's exactly what he asked. He didn't ask, what do you want? Because if Mr. Henry asked, what do you want? What would the people riding the horse say?
What do you want?
I want a faster horse, I want a new horse, I want a horse that doesn't drink. The people riding the horse would never say, I want a car. So, in that 4 minutes, never ask anybody about what do you want. Because people will always say faster, cheaper, and free.